All right, I think, there we go. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone is having a good weekend. I actually just got back from a trip yesterday. I've been getting called a lot this month on reserve, which is really good. So I've been flying a lot this month. So today I'm just relaxing and catching up on a lot of editing that I need to get done and just hanging out with Luna. Have to include her in the live streams when I can. So, I know you all like to see her. So she's just out here. But how's everybody doing? How's your weekend going? Anyone do anything really fun? So let's see. All right, we have a few people on here now, so that's good. Okay. Oh, I think Luna is saying goodbye. Oh, no. You just want to hang out? Okay. Hi, everyone. Patrick says he went swimming. That's awesome. Okay, so I already see some people commenting here about furloughing flight attendants. So I am not going to be talking about that in this live stream. I actually just filmed a video where I will be talking about all of that, about all of kind of everything going on in the industry right now and future plans as a flight attendant and all of that stuff. So I'll obviously be uploading that soon, hopefully by tomorrow or the day after, and hopefully that will answer any questions that you guys have about potential layoffs within the airline industry. Okay, so let's see what other questions you all have. Have I ever been to YYC? So YYC is the airport code for Toronto, Ontario in Canada. And yes, I have been. I've spent a really long time since I've been there. It's actually been a little over a year, but I really did enjoy my time that I was there. It was for a layover. Do you need good geography skills to be a flight attendant? No, I would argue that I honestly don't have very good geography skills and I travel for a living. So, but that's just me. I've never had good geography skills, even when I was little. Have I been to Charlotte, North Carolina? Yes, I've been to Charlotte, North Carolina many times. I believe I've competed there as a gymnast. And then I've had plenty of layovers there as a flight attendant, but I haven't really had the opportunity to go out and explore much there. So hopefully I can do that soon. Oh, someone said YYC is Calgary. Oh, you're right. Okay, so no, then I have not. Maybe. Actually, I'm not sure. I need to check on that one then. Okay, the airport code for Toronto, I can't remember what it is, but I know that all of the Canadian airport codes start with a Y, so I think that's why YYZ. Okay, someone just corrected me. YYZ is Toronto. So, whoops. I mean, we all make mistakes. I can't remember every single airport code that I've ever flown to. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you guys are funny correcting me. Where was my first layover? So my first layover was actually in the Cayman Islands. It was in Grand Cayman, and it was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. The water was so clear and so beautiful, and I just think that, you know, it was very, very, very lucky that that was my very first layover as a flight attendant, and I hope I can go back one day because it is absolutely beautiful. People are asking for Luna, so she just went into the bathroom and is laying down on the tile. She was here for a little bit, but I think she gets really hot laying on the couch and laying on the bed, so she likes to lay on the tile where it's nice and cool. Okay, how long do flight attendants have to go to training for? So I actually talked a lot about flight attendant training in my previous upload. So it all depends on the airline that you work for, but initial training can be anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks long. My training was about 5.5, 6 weeks long. And then once a year, you are required to go back to training just for a few days to be refreshed on all of the things that we learned and to test us on our drills and our evacuation commands and all of that good stuff. Okay. What is the longest layover that you've ever had, and what is your dream destination? The longest layover I've ever had was I had 40 hours in Lima, Peru. And this was absolutely incredible because my mom was a foreign exchange student in Peru. So I actually got to hang out with her host family, and they showed me all around the area. And it's probably to this day one of my absolute favorite layovers that I've ever had. Unfortunately, at the time, I did not have a YouTube channel, so I wasn't vlogging it, so I don't have like any footage from that. But I'm really hoping that I can eventually go back. And dream destination, I have so many different dream destinations. I think one of my biggest dream destinations would be probably like Bora Bora, Tahiti, anywhere where you can stay in one of those overwater bungalows. Those look absolutely stunning. Someone asked, how is Dallas? Dallas is very hot. The temperature today is, right now it's 93 degrees Fahrenheit out, and it's going to get up to 97. And then throughout the week, we actually don't hit 100 degrees. It's just going to be in the low to mid 90s. So yep, it's been very, very hot here in Dallas lately. Okay. What's the longest flight segment you've ever been on? Dallas to Narita was about 13 hours, I believe. Narita, Japan, that was the longest flight that I have ever been on. Okay. Okay, any new book recommendations? So right now I am actually reading, what is it called? Dark Places? Yeah, Dark Places. It's by the same author who wrote Gone Girl. I haven't talked about it a whole lot on my channel or like on my Instagram yet, but it is phenomenal. It's extremely disturbing though. It's probably one of like the most disturbing books that I've ever read in terms of like horror and suspense thriller, but it is very good. And then I also got her book, Sharp Objects, which was turned into an HBO show. So I'm super excited to finish this book and then read that one so I can watch the TV show. How do I get the motivation to work out on my layovers even when I am tired? So working out for me has always really helped my mental health and always just makes me feel really good. So I know that if I can just get myself to the gym, even if it's just for half an hour to 45 minutes, just to, you know, like do the elliptical or to stretch or to just do something, I always feel so much better. However, you obviously have to know your limits and you have to know that there are certain times where you just need to rest and you can't push yourself so hard by going to the gym. So I think it's all about balance. Like on my days off from work, I always try to go to the gym. And if I can go on my trips, I definitely try to, but I don't put a ton of pressure on myself to go. However, right now, a lot of hotel gyms throughout the country have been closed. So I haven't been able to work out a lot on some of my layovers. Have I ever been to Long Beach Airport or LAX? I don't think I've ever been to Long Beach Airport specifically, but I've been to Long Beach, California, just in general. And I've flown into LA many times. Okay, love the Luna cam in your footage and in your vlogs. Thank you. I was actually thinking today that I haven't had any Luna footage, like Luna cam footage specifically in any of my vlogs recently. So I definitely need to get on that and start filming her more with the GoPro. Have I ever been to Jamaica? Yes, I have been to Kingston, Jamaica and Montego Bay, Jamaica. I loved both of those destinations. I had a really good time both times I was there. Have I ever been to Key West, Florida? No, I have not been to the Florida Keys. Yeah, I have not been to the Florida Keys yet, but I've heard that they are stunning and I would absolutely love to go one day. Okay, let's see. Okay. We are going to go ahead. How is Luna doing? Luna is doing good. Right now, she's sleeping in the bathroom floor, probably because it's much cooler over there. So let me show you guys Luna. Yeah, so she's just hanging out on the bathroom floor and sleeping because it's nice and cool over here and it's hot sitting next to me on the couch. So she's just hanging out. So that's just what Luna's up to. But she's doing good. Okay, how old is Luna now? Luna is, I don't know, like 2 and 3/4. She'll be 3 in September, so she's almost 3. I am not looking forward to her growing up. I love how she's still super hyper and super playful and loves to chase after her Frisbee and run. She's just, yeah, she's just the best. Have I ever been to Germany? No, I have not been to Germany yet, but I it's definitely somewhere that I would love to go to. And I've heard that the Christmas markets in Germany are absolutely beautiful and so festive. So I'm really, really hoping that I can go to Germany one day. Have I ever been to Brazil? No, I have actually never been to Brazil, but my boyfriend, Eric, was in Brazil for 2 months last summer. I've talked about it multiple times. He worked in Porto Alegre, and so he also got to visit Sao Paulo and Rio. So he was there last summer, and I was on reserve all last summer, and I couldn't get enough time off to go visit him. So one day I will definitely go to Brazil. Have I ever been to Portugal? I haven't been to Portugal yet, but another place that I'd also love to go to one day. Do I watch Kara and Nate? Yes, I love to watch Kara and Nate. They're one of my favorite travel vloggers, and I had a lot of inspiration to travel the world from them. Okay, please share my skincare routine. You glow, girl. Thank you so much. I don't know, is that something you all would be even interested in, is if I shared my skincare routine like in one of my videos? I actually just got some new face wash. Well, I ordered some new face wash and it's coming in the mail soon. So when I get that, and if I like it, I'll definitely share it with all of you. I think skincare is very important. And it's something that as I am approaching my mid-20s, I am starting to do a lot more research on. Just because I think it's like after age 25 or 26, you don't produce collagen anymore. So I take collagen supplements, and I just want to do more research about that, because your skincare is, it's the largest organ in your body. So you have to take care of it. Thank you, Patrick, for the donation. That's super nice of you. That will go towards my Starbucks coffee fund. Have I ever been to Romania? No, I have not been to Romania yet. I've actually had some previous gymnastics coaches that are from Romania, and I would love to visit where they came from and where they grew up. And I just think it would be like a really, really fascinating destination to visit. Can I bring snacks in my carry-on bag for my flight? Yeah, I mean, everyone can bring snacks in their carry-on bag for a flight, as long as, it meets the TSA requirements and it doesn't exceed the 3 ounces of liquid, but dry food is always okay on flights. Okay. Okay, do more videos with Kat. So, funny enough, Kat and I, without saying too much, are going to be hanging out a lot over the next month. So you guys will just have to see what we have in store. Am I from Dallas? No, I am originally from Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where I was born and raised. And then I moved to Denver, Colorado for college, and that's where I met Eric. And then after that, I actually lived in Washington Seattle, Washington for a small period of time when I worked for a regional airline. And then I moved to Miami for my current airline. And then I moved to Dallas. So I've kind of moved around a lot throughout my life. And right now, Dallas is definitely where I see us for the near future, but not forever. We do not plan on staying in Dallas for forever, but it's definitely, just where we are right now. All right. Oh, thank you, Dylan, so much for the donation. That is so nice of you. He says, hi, Julia. I always enjoy watching your videos. Would you ever want to visit Amsterdam? Also, a book I think you'd love is Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. I would absolutely love to visit Amsterdam. I think just from the research I've done and pictures I've seen, it looks like one of the most unique and awesome cities. To be honest, I haven't traveled Europe a lot. Out of like the European countries, I've only ever been to England and Iceland. So I really, really want to do more European travel when obviously all of that opens back up again. And I will definitely write down that book recommendation. Thank you so much. I love getting book recommendations from everyone. Okay. Okay, have I ever been to Baltimore? Honestly, I don't know. I think I've flown into Baltimore, but I don't think I've ever had a layover there. Okay, I'm going to remove some people who are leaving some mean comments. Okay, Do I still do gymnastics exercises? Occasionally I do. I don't like flip around as much as I used to, but it's definitely something that I want to get back into. I have been trying to incorporate more gymnastics strength exercises into my fitness routines. So that's been really fun. My shoulders are both really bad from gymnastics. So I really want to strengthen those up again so I can do more handstands and stuff like that. If you could move to another country and commute to work, which country would you choose to live in? I would choose Switzerland because even though I've never been there, it just looks absolutely beautiful. And Eric has been to Switzerland. He actually was not a foreign exchange student. He lived in Switzerland for a portion of his high school, and he has family that's from there. So I just think it would be really, really cool. And Eric also speaks French, so he would very easily be able to help us get around. Okay, Elliot, thank you so much for the donation. And they say, thanks for the traveling inspiration. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Travel has obviously been much slower lately than it has been in the past. I was trying to think about it, and last summer, you guys, was like the busiest summer I had ever had as a flight attendant. I got called for trips to Honolulu, Hawaii, Santiago, Chile, and London. And I'm pretty sure, and I did like some like Mexico and Canada trips in there as well. So it's just like, that was the busiest summer I had ever had as a flight attendant. And I haven't even had a long layover at all this summer. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did have a somewhat long layover in Florida. But in terms of like international travel, I've not had any big flights that I've worked lately. And I'm not complaining. Like, I love domestic too. And like, I'm just so happy to be flying at all. But there's been a lot of changes, obviously, over the past year within the airline industry. Okay, have I ever been to Manchester? No, I have not been to Manchester yet. Where is Eric from? Eric is from Boulder, Colorado. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Have I ever been on a flight with Eric? Yeah, so Eric and I have traveled a lot together. We've been on plenty of flights together. However, I've never been a flight attendant on a flight that Eric was on, if that makes sense. Like, we've only ever traveled by air, like together as passengers. He hasn't ever like joined me on one of my layovers yet, or been on a specific flight where I was the flight attendant. So, but it will definitely happen one day. Okay. A lot of people are asking if I've been to the Cayman Islands. So yes, I actually talked about that earlier in the live stream. That's the first layover I have ever had. Was I laid over in Grand Cayman, the Cayman Islands. It was absolutely beautiful. And yeah. Okay, do I have a favorite airplane? I don't think I have a favorite airplane, but I do like working wide bodies. So anything that is usually taken internationally, where it's the dual aisle plane. So like there's 3 seats here and then 4 seats and then 3 seats here. I just think those planes are incredible. And I love how they have seats in business class where you can lie all the way down. And I was actually able to fly back from London in a business class seat where I was able to lay down and sleep. And it was like a game changer. Actually being able to sleep on the flight was just so nice. I've seen a few people ask if Eric and I want kids one day, and the answer is just, we are not in a place to be thinking about kids right now. But right now we do have our fur child, which is Luna, and we are just, you know, super happy with her and just living our life. What was the first flight that I ever worked? Honestly, I'm not sure, because the first flight I ever worked was with my regional airline when I was based in Seattle, and I genuinely cannot remember the destination that I went to for that flight. Do I miss Las Vegas? Sometimes, yeah, I definitely miss my friends and my parents and my family that's there, but I don't miss the heat. And I'm just really happy where I live now, and I'm really happy that I lived in Colorado. But I definitely, I mean, I miss my family the most there, obviously. We're going to, okay, sorry, I had to, Have I ever been to Finland? No, I have not been to Finland yet, but it was around Christmas time. There were a lot of travel vloggers that did trips to Finland where, it was like you got to see the North Pole and sleep in those like igloo looking hotels. And it just looked really, really awesome. And I think I would absolutely love to go to Finland one day. I think it's a pretty difficult destination to get to though. Like, I don't think it's very easy to get there. Okay, let's see what else is. Have I ever gotten like air sick while being a flight attendant? Yes, I've definitely gotten sick in the air while being a flight attendant. I've never like thrown up. I've never thrown up in the air, but I've definitely felt queasy and like, like nauseous. But to combat that, I usually just drink a ginger ale. And a lot of times I just make sure that I'm not like reading a book or looking at a screen, because a lot of times that can make you feel just kind of sick. So it's kind of like what my mom always told me on road trips if I was getting car sick, like just look out the window and like look at the farthest thing possible away that you can and just focus on that. And I've definitely done that on some of my flights before too. Okay. Have I ever been to France? No, I haven't been to France yet, but I would love to go. So back in February, well, it was January that we were planning it, and we were thinking of going in February. Eric and I were trying to plan a trip to Paris, and then we were also going to go to Austria because that's where his grandparents live. And we just really wanted to go visit them, and I just really want to go to Paris. But it just didn't seem like the right time for us to go. And now I don't even think you can go. Like, you can't go. You can't go there unless if you are actually like a citizen of France. So, yep. But hopefully one day. I mean, I really, really hope that one day I'm able to go. Have I ever been to Ontario, Canada International? Yes, I have been to Ontario, and it's a really, really fun destination. I had a layover there a little over a year, and it was really fun. Have I ever been in a fight with Eric? I mean, rarely ever. Like, we fight occasionally. No, I wouldn't even say that we fight. I mean, have we had like disagreements? Yeah, I mean, we've been together for over 4 years, so not every single day has been completely perfect, but Eric and I hardly ever, if ever, fight, bicker, argue, any of that. We get along great, and yeah, that's just not what we're about. Like, we just don't really do that. Okay, so I have a few more people asking me about like the furlough warning notices and all of that stuff. So I did film a video today actually about furloughs in the airline industry and my thoughts on everything going on. So I'll answer all of those questions when that video is live. Am I bilingual? So no, I am not bilingual. I wish I was. I do speak a little bit of Spanish, but I'm definitely not conversational. And I definitely think that's something that I should focus on, is becoming bilingual. It's not a requirement to become a flight attendant to be bilingual, but I think it definitely helps. Eric is bilingual. He speaks English and French, which I think is just awesome. Hi, Julia, do you plan to fly internationally? If it's open and available, I would love to fly internationally, but a lot of places are closed down right now. So yeah, it's, it's just difficult. What advice do you have for someone with a YouTube channel? Stick with it. YouTube is one of those things where it's very difficult to get, it's impossible to be successful overnight. You have to stick with it. I mean, the first few months, probably the first half year that I had my channel, I mean, I was happy if my videos got 1,000 views. Like, I remember looking back through some of my content, and if a video got over like 500 views in a day, it was, it was a really big deal and awesome. And it's just one of those things that you just have to put a lot of effort into. You have to communicate with your subscribers. You have to like put your heart and soul into it. Like, you have to work really, really hard at it. You have to be consistent with your uploads. you know, you really have to focus on your editing, make sure that you're posting high quality things and that you are improving from video to video. And you just have to work, at it. I remember seeing a statistic, something that it was like, you know, the most successful people on YouTube are the people that just stick with it and they just keep doing it and keep trying to improve and to make it better. It's one of those things that some people will have a channel for 4 or 5 years and it, you know, kind of just plateaus, and then all of a sudden all of that work really just pays off and they, you know, make it big, I guess you could say, whatever big looks like to you. But yeah, just, you know, do your research and just work really hard at it. Okay. All right, let's see what other questions we have going on. Okay, Emirates versus Qatar. I've actually never been on either of those airlines, so I can't speak to that, but I think it would be really cool to fly on them one day. Okay, do I check topics for popularity? So I have rarely ever looked at the trending page on YouTube. It's funny because before I became a YouTuber, I didn't even watch YouTube like at all. I hardly ever came on YouTube. I didn't realize how big of a platform it actually was. I usually just like watch Netflix and TV. So I have only recently started looking at like what's actually trending on YouTube and what's going on, but I don't really base my content off of that because sometimes it just seems irrelevant to like what my content is about. And I just try to continuously on the videos that I make, and you know, it's just my channel is me and it's my life. So a lot of times those trending topics don't really fit in, but I definitely look at them now. Okay, hi Julia from Washington, DC. Hi. Have I ever flown with Finnair? No, I have never flown with Finnair. Would you plan or work a trip to Colombia? So I've actually done 2 trips to Colombia. I've been to Medellin and I've been to Bogota. Medellin, I didn't really do much on that layover. It was kind of short. And Bogota, I would have loved to have gone out on that layover, but I was actually really sick. I wasn't sick like on the flight over, but I got kind of sick, just like a head cold on my layover. And so I just wanted to rest all day. And so I didn't go out. But I think it would have been really fun to actually go out and explore. Okay, have I ever met Casey Cassidy? No, I have never met Casey Cassidy, but I do know that she is also a Dallas-based flight attendant, so hopefully we'll get to meet each other soon. Would I ever become a pilot? No, I have actually like negative desire to ever become a pilot. I personally don't even like driving a car, so I can't even imagine myself trying to become a pilot and fly an airplane. That's just not for me. It's just, yeah, not for me at all. Okay. All right, sorry, I'm trying to read these comments and they're coming in pretty quickly. Have I ever been to the Dominican Republic? Yes, so I have been to the Dominican Republic a few times. I was able to go to some beaches there on my layovers, which was awesome. However, this was when I was a Miami-based flight attendant and it was before I had a YouTube channel. So unfortunately, I didn't get to bring you all along with me for those trips. But, you know, it was really fun and I would love to go back. All right, let's see what else is going on. Someone said the plane flies itself. I have a really hard time believing that. There are so many buttons up there and so many things that the pilots have to do. But I do know that's something that people say is that the plane flies itself. Okay, what would I want to do if I had another layover in New York City? If I had another layover in New York City, I really would love to see the Statue of Liberty, and I would really love to see the 9/11 Memorial, that like tribute center. I didn't have an opportunity to go there on my first layover, but I think that's something that I would really, really, really want to do. Would I like to visit Australia? Yes, I would love to visit Australia one day. I've heard that the beaches there are absolutely stunning. And from videos that I've seen from Australia, I definitely think they look very pretty. And I think it would be really, really cool to travel there one day. Have I ever been to Oregon? Yes, I've been to Oregon many times. I have family that lives there. I love the Oregon shore. I think it's absolutely beautiful. All right, let's see what else is going on. How are Eric and I doing? We're doing really good. Yeah, he's working from home now, which is great. So we get to hang out a lot more. I'm flying as much as I possibly can. And Luna is just chilling. You know, she's sleeping in the bathroom right now, but she's doing her thing every day, playing Frisbee and just living her best life. So yeah, what's my age? I am currently 24, but I turn 25 in a few days. My birthday is July 22nd, and it's really weird thinking that I'm about to turn 25. I'm about to be like officially in my mid-20s. So I'm excited, but it just definitely feels really weird. Okay, let's see. Okay, have I ever been to Ukraine, and would I ever want to visit South Africa? So I've never been to Ukraine, and I would love to visit South Africa. South Africa is a huge place on my bucket list. I really, really want to go to Cape Town. I really want to, they have I know that cage diving with sharks is super popular and famous in South Africa, and I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, so I definitely think that's something that I would want to do. And I also know that you can swim with, I think it's like sea otters while you're there too, which I think would be really fun. And I know that there's like safaris you can go on, and I just think it looks absolutely like a dream destination. Okay, my mom said no sharks. Of course my mom's gonna say that. Yeah, of course my mom's gonna say that, but someone said you're not supposed to ask a lady her age. Yeah, a lot of people don't like giving out their age, but I'm okay with it. How tall are you? I am just about 5'4". I'm like 5'3 3/4". I'm like right under 5'4", but I would say I'm like right there. Do you guys have to clean the plane, or do we always get cleaners? So it depends on the airline that you work for. Some airlines require their flight attendants to clean the airplanes, and others don't. So it really all just depends. But my specific airline, we are not required to clean the airplane. And ever since the pandemic hit, obviously, every airline has really upped their cleaning game, I guess you could say. Yeah, so we have professional cleaners come on and clean out the airplanes. Does buddy give you worse trips? Not necessarily. So when you're buddy bidding with someone as a flight attendant, it means that you want to fly with another flight attendant who you are close friends with and that you enjoy working with. But how it works is the trips are based off of the person with the lowest seniority of the two. So for example, I am buddy bidding with one of my friends in August for trips, and she is a little bit senior to me. So what it's going to do is it's going to make sure that we both are on the same exact trips, but it's going to give us trips that I would hold first rather than what she would hold, if that makes sense. So in a sense, like, you know, for her, she might get like worse trips than what she would have originally held. But we're super close in seniority anyway, so we typically hold the same type of trips anyways. How far apart do I space my videos? So it really all depends. I try to upload a few times a week. However, if I'm flying a lot, then obviously I can't upload quite as frequently. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to film as much as I can and upload as much as I can for you all, and I really enjoy it. Thanks for the answer about the buddy bids. Yeah, of course. Who was my favorite gymnast to watch growing up? That's a good question. I loved Shawn Johnson and Nastia Liukin. They were some of my favorite gymnasts to watch growing up. I actually was able to watch Tasha Swikert. She was an Olympic gymnast when I was really young. I was actually able to watch her in my gym at the time, so that was really cool. Yeah, and then I also just really liked watching like the older girls, like the college girls train, because I knew like that would be me one day, and so that was always really fun. Have I ever been to Guam? No, I have not been to Guam, but I think that would be a really interesting place to travel to. Is it hard to bid for trips in general? Not necessarily. You just have to understand the system and how it works. I specifically bid for layovers as opposed to like a specific type of trip or specific days off, because for me, like I have all of like the dream layovers that I want. So of course I bid for those first. And then if I have like a specific day or a specific chunk of days off that like I absolutely need, then obviously I request those. But if I don't have anything like that, I would much rather give myself the best opportunity to get all of the trips that I wanted as opposed to requesting specific days off. What's my favorite breakfast? I love waffles. I really love waffles with peanut butter. So I would say that's one of my favorite breakfasts. And I used to not really be into breakfast burritos, but Eric makes really good ones. Eric makes really good breakfast burritos with bacon and eggs and cheese and potatoes and like anything else that we put in there. But yeah, Eric makes really good breakfast burritos. So that's been my favorite breakfast as of lately. But the breakfast that I eat the most consistently would definitely be oatmeal. I eat oatmeal almost every single day. And then when I'm working, I usually get a breakfast sandwich from Starbucks. What are my future professional goals? Future professional goals are to definitely have my own product within YouTube. Like I would love to come out with some sort of product that you all would want, and not specifically merch. So I'm not talking about like a t-shirt or, you know, something like that. Like I don't know, I brainstorm like a lot of different things. I've thought of like bookmarks that look like boarding passes. I've thought of a big one that I would love to create would be like my own specific like bathing suit line, because I love to swim in the ocean and I love swimsuits in general. I have no idea how that whole process works. But if I could have my own like Jetting Julia clothing line or just like swimsuit line, something like that, I think that would be incredible. It's on my bucket list to write a book. So I would love to write a book one day. In terms of things that like I'm already doing, I definitely want to continue being a flight attendant for as long as I possibly can. I love my job and I love sharing that with all of you here on YouTube. So growing my YouTube channel is, you know, a very big goal of mine. So those are my professional goals for the future. All right, let's see this. Okay, Meg, thank you for the donation. She says, hi, Julia, I love your channel. I love traveling the world too, and your videos are awesome. Hopefully I flight next year. Traveling the world is incredible, isn't it? It's just, I get an adrenaline rush every time I go somewhere new. It just truly makes me feel alive. And I really hope that I would get to see you on a flight next year. I think that would be awesome. If any of you ever see me in an airport or on a flight, come say hi. Like, don't be shy. I would love to meet all of you, like truly. And Steven Sun, thank you so much for your donation. And he says, I love your channel. Thank you. Like, that truly means so much to me. Is there a weight limit to be a flight attendant? There used to be. So like way back in the day, to be a flight attendant, you had to be female, unmarried. A lot of people had to have like a nursing background, and you had to be under a certain height and under a certain weight. And that is no longer the case now. The only weight restriction that we have is you have to be able to fit in the flight attendant jump seat without a seatbelt extender. So that would be the only weight restriction, but we don't step on a scale. Like, they don't actually weigh us. So, but that is in the US. I'm not sure about other countries. All right, people are asking where Luna is. She is chilling on the bathroom floor. It's hot here in Texas, and she's just napping on the bathroom floor because it's tile and it's much cooler for her. I fly through DFW a lot. I hope to see you and other YouTubers on my flight. That would be awesome if you saw any of us, because a lot of us are based in DFW. So I think that would always be, you know, super fun. Okay, what are you and Eric hoping, where are you and Eric hoping to cruise next? February for us on Symphony of the Seas. That is awesome. I hope that you were able to have an awesome cruise and that you're able to go. Eric and I don't really know where we would want to cruise next. Originally, I was looking at having us go on a cruise this summer through just a bunch of different Caribbean islands. So I think doing something like that would be really fun, because he loves beach destinations and loves cruising. So I think that would be awesome, and something I really want to do too. I really just want to go lay out on a beach. I think that sounds just so nice. But I would also love to do an Alaskan cruise. I think that would be just incredible. I really, really, really want to go to Alaska, and I think to cruise through there would be incredible. Am I a NASCAR fan? No, honestly, I can't tell you the last time that I watched NASCAR. Have I ever gambled on a layover in Las Vegas? No, I have actually never gambled in my entire life. It's not something that I think I would ever be interested in. How has the pandemic changed my job? I mean, the pandemic has changed my job in so many different ways. I can't even go into it because there's just so much. I mean, it's like a completely different job. There's like a lot of flights we're still not doing service. We're trying our best to maintain social distancing on the planes. A lot of airports are starting to fill up again, which is nice, but there's still a lot of restrictions on international travel. So there's just a lot of different things that have changed. Are you still watching 90 Day Fiancé, and who's your favorite couple? So we actually haven't watched 90 Day Fiancé in a while. We kind of went through a phase where we were watching it a lot, and we haven't watched it that much recently. But who is my favorite couple? I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Have I ever been skydiving before? If not, would you love to try it? Yeah, I think that would be super cool. I would love to go skydiving one day. It's kind of one of those like adrenaline junkie things that's on my bucket list. So we'll see. Yeah, that would be really cool one day to go. Okay, do I ever get tired of layovers, and do I prefer turnarounds to get home to see Eric? Yeah, I mean, obviously there's times where I just really want to be home and I get tired of layovers. I love turnarounds where I get to come home that night. It's more of like working a 9 to 5. So I leave in the morning and then I'm home by night, which is awesome. The thing I love about layovers though, especially if it's in a new place, is you get to see a new destination or a new country or a new city. And that's like it's like a really unique thing about being a flight attendant, is there's not a lot of jobs where you are able to do that. And I think layovers are really nice for just downtime, for me time, for relaxing. But of course, like I miss Eric so much when I'm gone. Jimmy K says, always so positive, Julia. Thank you. I really try to be positive. What would you do if you get furloughed? So I've mentioned it a few times in this live stream, but I do have a video that I filmed today that I'm going to start editing as soon as I'm done with this live stream about furloughs and about the airline industry and my future as a whole. So you all will just have to wait for that. Throw the frisbee, throw the frisbee. Yeah, Luna's sleeping right now, but I'm definitely going to throw the frisbee for her in a little bit. But she's doing well. She's just chilling. When was the last time I came to Chicago? I think it's been a while since I've been to Chicago, honestly. I genuinely can't remember the last time to Chicago. Have I ever been to New York? Yes, I've been to New York once. I had not a short layover there, but I've had one layover there, and I would love to go back. Okay, what's the story behind the ring around your neck? So it's actually not a ring. It's more like a pendant. It got me this necklace for my 21st birthday. It was right after we had started dating, and it represents tiger teeth because I love tigers. They're my favorite animal. And what I love even more about this necklace now is it reminds me of a half moon. So it reminds me of Luna. So I think it's just a really piece of jewelry, and it's beautiful. And yeah, I wear it every day. I really enjoy your channel and love the live chats. Thank you. I really love talking to all of you. I think it's really fun, and I think it's really just made our online community feel more personable, and we can all get to know each other better, and you all can get to know me better. You get to know me as Julia and not just as Julia, like the flight attendant who makes videos. You know, you all get to know me for who I am. we get the air conditioning sorted after it broke the other day? Yes. So you guys, when I got home from my trip the other day, Eric texted me that the air conditioning broke. And those are not the words you want to hear when you live in Texas and it's the middle of July. So it was by the time I got home, by the time the air conditioning broke and I got home, it was too late to call anyone to come out and fix it. So we slept that night with all the fans on and, you know, as much as we could do, but it was pretty miserable. It was really, really hot. And luckily the next day we were able to call and get someone out here and fix the air conditioning that day. So we really only had to go one day without AC, so it wasn't that bad. But Texas is not a fun place to be without air conditioning. So someone said that they just saw me in Kat's video. Did she upload like a new one like recently? I know I was in one of hers like a little while ago, so I'll have to go check that out. But you guys might be seeing a little bit more of her recently. Not recently, in the future. Okay, all right, I'm trying to catch up on some of these. Do I like flying into Orlando? Yeah, I like flying into Orlando. I think it's a pretty fun airport, and I also love how close it is to Disney World. Okay, can you talk about if flight crews are trained to serve passengers with special needs? My nephew is autistic and has meltdowns. So yes, we are trained on how to serve passengers with special needs. However, it would take me an incredibly long time to go into details about that through a live stream, but we are trained on how to best accompany and help all of our passengers on the plane. And personally, what I try to do is just anything that would help that specific person the most. So I, always try to keep everyone in mind. Okay, let's see. I'll answer a few more questions and then I'll probably get going because I'm getting hungry and I want to make lunch. Tim says, I appreciate how open and honest you are about discussing depression. So yeah, I've, suffered from my own little spouts of depression since I was a kid. And it's definitely not something that's like enjoyable to talk about. And I would never like exploit myself or like my depression to get views. I know a lot of like YouTubers are called out for that. Like they're called out for like using their mental health to like get sympathy and get people to like feel bad for them. And I just think that's awful. And like, I would never want to be like accused of that. So I think that's why like I don't talk about it a whole lot on my channel. And you all can know that anything that I upload is like true from my heart and authentic, but I do think that mental health is very important and is something that should be talked about more on the internet and shouldn't be such a stigma. Okay, ever been involved in any serious medical emergencies ever on my flight? I wouldn't say serious. I've definitely had medical emergencies on my flights. Yeah, but nothing life-threatening. Enjoyed copying Eric's cooking tips. Stay safe. That's awesome. So Eric has awesome cooking tips, and Eric is a very, very, very good cook. Okay, I hope you come to Holland, Amsterdam one day. I would love to come to Holland one day. I think that would be absolutely amazing. Okay, guys, so I think I'll try to answer a few more questions that I might have missed. Have you ever had an unruly passenger? Yeah, I think every flight attendant can say that they've had an unruly passenger before. How do you like the Fort Lauderdale airport? I like it. I like most of the airports in Florida. I love how most of them are beach themed and they're really cool. So yeah, I think that's awesome. Okay, worst part about YouTube fame. I'm definitely not famous. Like I would not like even slightly consider myself a famous person. I would say that, I have a small platform on here and I just find it really interesting that a lot of people are in what I have to say and what I have to share. But I really do love having this little platform that you all have given me. I would say, it's definitely difficult sometimes to keep up with. Like it's like a second job. You have to put the work into it and you have to put the effort into it and you have to be consistent. So it's it would be really easy to slack off and like not upload and do stuff like that. But it's just one of those things that you have to keep up with. But in terms of like fame, like I do not consider myself a famous person, so I can't really answer that. Someone said they find Fort Lauderdale much better than Miami. Yeah, I mean, I guess I haven't been to the Fort Lauderdale airport enough to like compare the two, but I liked Miami's airport to be based there. Okay, have I ever been to Seattle? Yeah, I've actually lived in Seattle before. What are the best type of airline passengers? The ones who sleep. I mean, yeah, like anyone who's just nice, like anyone who's just nice to us is the best type of passenger. Okay, you guys, so I think I'm going to close out the live stream here. So I can go make Luna lunch and just get the rest of my day started. But thank you everyone so much for watching and for tuning in on this lovely Sunday afternoon. And I hope that you all are staying safe wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.